let it sink in. Hip hop vibes, we break it down. Laughs and insights all around. Every episode, spitting truth, old school jams and the latest youth. We keep it real, no sugarcoat. Pop culture on the mic we wrote. So tell your friends and hit subscribe. Snake Cinema here to vibe. Tune in weekly on Meant to Be. We're the hottest review in your street. Snake Cinema Podcast, stepping in. You want some review, let it sink in. Hip hop vibe, we break it down. Laughs and insights all around.
What it do? It's your boy Prince Elias, and this is another episode of Snake Cinema Podcast. Thank y'all for tapping in. So glad to see y'all. I know the chat is blowing up this morning. Woo! I love it. But first, let's do a shout out to the sponsors. This podcast and every podcast on this channel, even the vlogs, are sponsored by Mutation Station, Lucy Land Ball Pythons, Candy Lady Creations, and Flexing and Finessing Reptiles. Please support the people that support me. Mutation Station and Lucy Land have some banging clutches coming. Some have already hatched, and they provide the best feeders in the Memphis area. Argue with your mama about that. Candy Lady Creations does the merch. She did several of my hats, shirts, hoodies, all that jazz. Her child Cairo did the logo for Snake Cinema Podcast, and she made the hat for me. So please, if you have any merch ideas that you would like, Candy can pretty much make just about everything. So please support Candy Lady Creations on Facebook, or Ohana Scales with a Z on Instagram. And of course, Chris, aka Maki's Bodyguard, on Flexing and Finessing Reptiles. He is a great friend. He supports everybody, and he has his own podcast called Untamed and Unhinged. Please follow that on Instagram and YouTube. Untamed and Unhinged podcast. They have a bunch of dope interviews already done, and he has plenty more. And I love that he's venturing out and doing other animals, interviewing mammal people, interviewing fish people, and just spreading positivity and love. So thank you all to all of my sponsors. Life and update, animal news, nothing really big. Snakes are eating good, getting fat. We do have a photo shoot tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. We got booked to do a shoot with a model, and so we'll see how that goes. Of course, I will be recording behind the scenes like I always do, and you can watch that on Snake Prince Vlogs. It's a playlist on this channel where I vlog the snakes and their gigs, whether it's educational shows, photo shoots, whatever. Y'all will see that. And also, Snake Prince Vlogs playlist has all my unboxing of my new babies, those videos. So don't just come for the podcast, also stay for the vlogs. Now let's speak to the people in the chat before we get started. Y'all been popping off. I love it. Oh, shoot. Where'd it go? Okay, there we go. Stream y'all want to play. Maki was first. So aloha, my sister Maki. Good morning. Vinny, Bone Daddy Serpents. Shout out to Vinny. He got some clutches coming in, hitting the ground, but also he makes egg cutting boards. I got two. A bunch of people in the hobby got some. So hit up Vinny, and he's not expensive either. Hit him up for a custom egg cutting board if you would like your logo on a board that you can cut your eggs on. Krista, Neurophi Exotics, the Gecko Queen, and soon to be Snake Queen because she got some heat. She got some heat. And if you have not seen the Taylor Swift episode, Krista was special guest and we reviewed Taylor Swift's album. It's probably almost 10 episodes ago. If you have not watched it, go check it out. Krista was a great special guest and it was fun. And also, Krista is about to do her own podcast on the Trap Reptile Network. That's MJ's channel network. Krista is about to host a ladies only reptile podcast on his channel on Sunday nights. So let's go out and support Krista because she always supports us, especially on the Patreon. She supports everybody. So let's go ahead and support her every Sunday night on the Trap Talk Network. Ro 50, Mr. Floppy, what it do? Ro, good morning. My niece, Banna Banana. Hey, what it do? Good morning. Thank you for tapping in. Of course, everybody's favorite, Stan the Man. What up, bro? What up, cuz? Thank you for tapping in. What up? Crash out the like button. Yes, yes. Like, comment, and subscribe. Will, bro, what it do? Thank you for tapping in. Good morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody saying hey to everybody. Josh, what it do? Having a ball. Josh was on vacation for the past. All right, am I back? Ooh, what the hell happened there? My bad, y'all. StreamYard kicked me out. Wi-Fi. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Okay, let's start that over. Good morning, Josh, from Having a Ball. Thank you for tapping in. Oh my gosh. StreamYard, StreamYard, StreamYard. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Brian, Heathen Hatchery, Chicken Man. What it do, Brian? Father Dunn, Uptown Exotics. Father, what it do? Thank you for tapping in. You already know. Let's see. Trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. Brittany, good morning. Thank you for tapping in. Oh, Brittany, I did email you. I'm late, but I did email you last week. Check your spam folder. But I did send the email last night. I mean, not last night, last week. Last week. But I was late at first. Sorry. um, life been lifing. What up, everybody? What up? Make sure I'm not forgetting everybody. Make sure I'm not forgetting. Yeah, it is working hard. Not gonna lie. Okay, so now that I've caught up in the chats, let's get it started. Let's see. Let's see. So today's episode is going to be all about the BET Awards. Now, earlier this year, I had an episode on the Oscars where I talked about the Oscars. I think I talked about the Golden Globes. I may not talked about the actual awards. I probably talked about the nominees and winners that episode, and I definitely talked about the Grammys. So I have to talk about the BET Awards, Black Entertainment Television, and the BET Awards has always been, especially growing up, my favorite award shows out of all the award show seasons, especially when I was in high school and college, definitely my college years. I never missed a BET awards show. I watched it live every single year. It was a tradition. Now, over the past couple of years, I want to say maybe 5 or 6 years, I did slack. Um, I did slack on watching it because it was just lackluster to me. It started to lose its what made BET BET, and not to mention a lot of the music at the time I just wasn't feeling like when they had people like Little Uzi Vert and 21 Savage and people like that. And those artists had to grow on me. When they first came out, I was not feeling them at all. I was rebelling. I was like, this isn't my hip hop. The R&B kids, the younger generation that came out, I was like, this ain't my R&B. And they had to grow on me. They had to win me over the more projects they came out. So I'm not gonna lie, for the past 5 or 6 years, I did slack and stop watching the BET Awards. But thanks to the good old Twitter and threads, when it was live on this past Sunday, everybody was talking about it. Everybody, the good, the bad, the ugly, everybody was talking about it. Everybody was cracking jokes. The memes were flying. I said, man, I should have watched it live. Let me go see what everybody's talking about. So I went and watched all the replay on um, BET's YouTube channel, and it was it was um it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty solid, and it felt like the old BET that I used to enjoy. It felt so good. I got about 3 pages of notes. So let's start off with what I like about BET Awards and why it stands out better than all the rest. Why do I think it's better than MTV Awards? Why I think it's better than the Oscars, the Grammys, the Tonys, the Emmys. The It's just all around. And then we'll talk about the performances. Then I will discuss the things I didn't like, any suggestions, even though they're not going to listen to me. But I'm just going to give my opinion if I was the person running the BET Awards. And um, then we could discuss who won the big awards and who got snubbed. Do I agree with the winners or not? Just like I did with the Grammys award episode. So, what I like about BET Awards better than all the other award shows, one, the crowd slash audience. When you're watching the Oscars, when you're watching the Emmys or the Grammys, the only time they show the audience is if a comedian's on stage or if the host is doing a monologue or their jokes and stuff like that, and they'll try to get a reaction shot out of them. But when it comes to like the performances, like if you see an artist performing at the Grammys or an artist performing at the Oscars, the songs that were nominated that year, you don't get reaction shots. And if you do, all the audience is just sitting down looking at the stage like, prestige proper, and it's boring. It's boring as hell. Whereas the BET Awards, you get those crowd shots and you see everybody from the big name celebrities to the new kids, artists and stuff. Everybody's dancing, everybody's having a good time, jumping up and down. You see the celebrities on their phones recording their the other artists on stage just having a good time. It's like watching the Apollo. Y'all know, black people, y'all know, live at the Apollo, where if someone was trash, the audience will react and be like boo and boot them off the stage, and if they're good, you see them standing up, jumping. That's why I go crazy. That's why I love watching the BET Awards more than anybody, because the audience gets into it, the crowd gets into it, whether it's the artists on the in the audience, or the seat fillers, or a couple of fans that they have or surrounding the stage. It's a big party, it's a big vibe, and it's a lot of fun. And it has more soul. It's a lot of character in those award shows. Even the bad stuff, even the parts where an artist might hit a note wrong, or if a comedian or another artist is reading off the teleprompter and they accidentally say something stupid or the joke did not land, it's still way more funny and more character and more animated than other award shows. And then also, we know how to honor our own. We know how to give each other our flowers while they're alive. We're not waiting till our artist is damn near in the grave or near death before we start giving them like lifetime achievement awards and things like that and special awards like that. And so I really enjoy BET and appreciate them for that. Um, let's start off with some great things. First of all, Taraji B. Henson was the host and she killed it. To me personally, she should host the BET Awards every year. Every year, Taraji P. Henson should do it. She did amazing. Her jokes landed. Her opening performance, where she pretended like she was Kendrick Lamar, doing "It's About Us" instead of "They're Not Like Us." She did her own rendition of that song, and even when even when she got in her political bag and was telling people about Project 2025, and telling people to go out and vote because the ops is playing with us, playing in our faces. I appreciate Taraji is that girl, and I love her as the host. She needs to be the host every year. Shit, the Oscars need to hire her. The Emmys need to hire her because she has more charisma on the stage hosting than a lot of the people that they have hosting their shows. Um, and even though she's not a comedian, she's an actress. Even though she's not a comedian, she's a lot funnier than the award shows that be hiring actual comedians. Um, but yeah, overall, 10 out of 10 for the host, Taraji. She did amazing, amazing, amazing. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. The chat had froze on me, so I couldn't see what was going on. But I think StreamYard stopped freezing up. There we go. All right, we back. Krista watering her plants this morning. Let's see. Ro, I don't know if I said good morning to you, but good morning, good morning. Will, what it do? Fred, what it do? Good morning. The bear, what it do, everybody? Thank y'all for tapping in. Good morning, good morning. Okay, let's go to the next chapter of my BET Awards topics. Let's talk about the performances, the best and the worst. And I have my list here. So the people who performed, I'm going to go down the list in order of, well, it's probably not the order which they performed, but close enough. I'm gonna go down and I say who performed, and then I will talk about whether I liked it or hated it, and what I didn't like and or did like about it. So the performances was Meg The Stallion, Glorilla, Ice Spice, Lotto, Lauren Hill, Money Long, um, Shabuzi, Tanner Adele, Sexy Red, Tyler, Victoria Monet, and Will Smith. They weren't the only ones who performed, but those were the main headliners who performed for the BET Awards. And then more people came out for the Usher Lifetime Achievement Tribute, which that is his own category. That will be after this. So let's just talk about the main performances. So the show started off the bat in the very beginning. The show started off with Meg The Stallion performing her new songs off her new album that dropped a week or two ago. And so she did Boa and she did a couple of other songs which I really like. And I will be reviewing Meg The Stallion's album next week when I review A Quiet Place Day One. I've already got that in the docket. I've listened to it for the past couple of weeks. So I will give y'all my thoughts on that whole album next week. But as far as her performance on the BET Awards, I loved it. She killed it. She did amazing. Meg The Stallion got that charisma. She got that stage presence. Even if you're not a fan of her music or you're not a fan of, the club twerking scenes and things like that, you can't deny she knows how to perform. She knows how she has stage presence. She has perfect breath control to be rapping and dancing. Like she did some choreography. She didn't just twerk on stage. She actually did like 1-2 steps and things like that with her backup dancers. Like she is really, really talented, and I really did enjoy this. And she was the perfect artist to start the whole award show off. Then we had Glorilla, Big Memphis Glow. What it do? I'm so happy to see Memphis artists make it big and mainstream and crossover. And Glorilla has really had a year. She has had a year. I think 2024 is her biggest year yet, and Glow did amazing. She did Yeah Glow. She did TGIF. And then she came out and did the song that I forgot the name of it, but the song she collaborated with Meg Thee Stallion. Meg came back out on stage and performed with her during that set. And it was such a good vibe. And again, why I love the BET Awards, those crowd shots, those audience shots, the people were up dancing. You saw R&B singers, actors, actresses, hip hop artists, everybody standing up, dancing, just having a good time. And it was a big old party, especially when Glow and Meg was on stage together. And then, of course, I'm going to skip through some of these artists because I'm going to talk about them later in the bad. So let me go with continue to stay positive and go with the artists I did like. Lauryn Hill came out. I think besides the Usher tribute, Lauryn Hill had the longest performance on stage. And rightfully so. She deserved it. She did a couple of her hits. And then she brought her son out, YG, not YG Melly, no, YG Marley, her son, that she shares with Bob Marley's son. He came out because he's had a big hit, a song called Praise Jah in the Moonlight. It's been on TikTok. If you just Google Praise Jah in the Moonlight, you've heard that song over and over on some TikTok videos. It has gone viral. And to see her on stage performing with her son, YG Marley, it was beautiful. And then by the end of her performance, she brought out Wyclef Jean for a Fugees reunion. And once those videos popped up on YouTube, I watched that performance about 3 times. I did. I had to rewatch that because Fugees was my shit. That was my group growing up. And to see her and Wyclef on that stage, they both look hella good for their ages. And they both, again, stage presence, breath control, vocals. Lauryn still got that talent, that heat, that energy, and that was just an amazing performance. So it was great that they had Lauryn Hill come out and she brought out her son and performed with him, and then brought out Wyclef Jean for a Fugees reunion. That was chef's kiss right there, chef's kiss. And then of course we had the country stars. Now y'all know how I feel about country music. That's my least favorite genre besides jazz. The only country artist I would listen to before Beyonce introduced me to all the Black artists with her country album, the only country artist that I would actively listen to were Carrie Underwood and Dolly Parton, because all the other country songs did not feel safe for me to listen to. It felt like I was about to get lynched. So I don't trust country artists or country music. But ever since Beyonce dropped her album and she featured Shabuzi and Tanner Adele, I've been going country heavy this year. I've been listening to both those artists and a few more. I think there's another Black singer. Her name is Brittany something, but her album, her music is also fire. So I've been going heavy with the Black country artists. And so I felt so happy that BET embraced them and brought them out to perform. Shabuzi did great with the bar song, "Everybody in the bar getting tipsy." And then he brought out Jaquan, who he sampled that whole cadence in that rhyme, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. He got that from Jaquan's "Everybody in the Club Getting Tipsy" song. And so he brought him out at the end of his performance, and they did Jaquan's version together, and it was just amazing. Their performance was fire. To me, that was my favorite performance out the whole night. Just to see Black country artists with hip hop artists together meshing, and just it was a great scene. Shambuzi looked good. He all the background dancers and all the stage decorations, like it really like they were in a bar, and it was a vibe. It was very dope. That performance hands down was my favorite. And then they had Tanner Adele. Now she didn't perform on the main stage. She performed on that Nissan amplified stage, which was weird to me, but I guess Nissan paid BET a big bag for the endorsement. So she started off her performance singing in a Nissan truck, and then she got out and started dancing with her background singers. And she did the song that I hear a lot on TikTok, Buckle Bunny. That song is fire. I love Tanner Adele. Her country songs mixed with the hip hop beats, it's amazing. So she did two songs, and her stage presence, her vocals, her singing live, the dancing, the outfits, everything, it was amazing. It was beautiful. I loved it. I loved it. um and then of course we went to South Africa. We got Tyla, uh where she came out and she did the song Jump featuring Ghana, and I forgot this man's name. I know he's an Afrobeats artist, Scrolindo. It's a hard name, but please forgive me, sir, for butchering your name. But she has a song featuring those two artists called Jump, and so they came out and performed, and it was so dope to see a South African artist come out and show us Africa or Afro beats. Super, super. It was a vibe. That was a great performance. I enjoyed that. Of course, we have my queen, Victoria Monet. Loved her. Victoria Monet, she came out and did her songs On My Mama and All Right. And I love that she did the tribute to Michael Jackson, with the whole Smooth Criminal outfits and the dancing. It was fire. That, to me, that was my second favorite performance of the night. And then, of course, we had Will Smith coming out rapping to his new song he has with Kurt Franklin called You Can Make It. It was a nice performance. It was a cute song. And I know Will Smith is not the best rapper, but he is a legend. And I love when he gets into his positive hip hop motivational bag. So it was a cute song. I did add it to my Spotify after seeing that performance, and I liked it. I liked it. Um, let's talk about what I hate, what I disliked. Let's talk about the shitty performances that were horrible. When I say horrible, horrible. And that I know why they had them on stage, but I wish they did not have these folks on stage, because it sucked the life out of me. And even though I had to watch everything in order to do this review, whew, it was torture. One performance was just 3 minutes long, and it was the longest 3 minutes of my life. It was like walking on a treadmill. It was horrible. And that is Lotto, Ice Spice, and Sexy Red. Now, all three women performed separately. They didn't perform together. They performed separately. They did their own songs, but boy, it was torturous. These are the girls. I'm sorry. And I'm not hating them because they're quote unquote hood. I'm not hating because they're quote unquote, these are not my words, these are other people's words. They're categorized as the ghetto rap, the hood girls, whatever. I don't hate them because of that, because I love ghetto hood music. I'm from Memphis, y'all, 3 6 Mafia, Moneybag Yo. Like, I listen to that, to ghetto music. The thing is, these girls aren't talented. They are not. They are not talented at all, especially Ice Spice. She's the worst of all three. But they are not. Ghetto people deserves better music. Hood people deserve better music. Like this, like I said, it was like walking on a treadmill. It was the longest 3 to 4 minutes of my life. And I did not go back and watch them more than once. I've only watched them once, and then I turned it off. And I put in my notes, I just put no, hell no, fuck no. So Lotto was the no, because she was the most decent out of the three. Sexy Red was the hell no, and Ice Spice was the fuck no. Like I hated all those performances, and they could have just stayed in the audience. They did not have, or they could have, if you wanted them to come out and present an award, do that. But having them perform, it brought the show down. It brought the show down for me. So those were the worst out of all the performances, in my opinion. So, and if y'all like those girls, I'm sorry, but y'all deserve better. Big Mike, what it do? Thanks for tapping in. Fred, I don't know if I said good morning, but thank you. Thanks for tapping in. Dundee said, now I'm going to have to watch that. I didn't realize she had Wycliffe. Yeah, he came towards the end, like the last 2 or 3 minutes. They did like a Fuji's melody stuff. It was awesome. So yes, and all performances are on YouTube separately, so you don't have to watch the whole award show just to get to that part. Just put BET Awards 2024, Lauryn Hill, the video gonna pop up. And that was an amazing performance. I loved it. So yeah, go back and watch that. It was great. It was great. Brandon, peace and pest. Thank you for tapping in, watching while in the gym. Yeah, get your workout on, Brandon. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for listening. Wake up, Mikey. Talk about I'm back up in and out of consciousness. Wake up. Uh, let's see. Nobody liked it unless they had crunchy pennies on wheel. Shut up. You ain't lying though, Will. You ain't lying. Especially that sexy red girl. I don't see the appeal of her. I don't see the appeal of her at all. Like I said, ghetto and hood girls, y'all deserve better music and better artists. Mm, she ain't the one. She ain't the one. Okay, so now that I caught up in the chat, let's go to part 2 of this review, and that is the winners and snubs. So I have my iPad out because I went to the website BET Awards and to see what were the big awards and who won. So let's just brush through it. And I will tell y'all whether I think that artist deserved to win out of all the categories and who got snubbed. So album of the year, the nominees were Chris Brown, Ghana, 21 Savage, Usher, Drake, Victoria Monet, Killer Mike, and Nicki Minaj. Killer Mike won for Michael. I would say out of the hip hop artists, Killer Mike deserved it. He definitely deserved album of the year. That was an amazing. If you like the old school hip hop, if you like the hip hop that take you back to like the Wu-Tang Clan and them, or even the old Atlanta rappers like, T.I. and Outkast and stuff like that, Killer Mike's album Michael is amazing. So I'm not mad at him for winning, but me personally, I would have rather it gone to Victoria Monet for Jaguar 2. But I'm an R&B head. I'm an R&B head before I'm a hip hop head. So I'm biased in that. But Killer Mike, he definitely deserved that for album of the year, because out of all these categories, that was the album. To me, the best albums in these categories was Killer Mike's, Victoria Monet's, and 21 Savage album American Dream. Chris Brown's album was good, but if I had to pick which albums that I would have chosen, it would have been one of those three. Killer Mike, Victoria, or 21. And then Chris Brown would have been number 4. Now, best female R&B and pop artists. I'm not going to go through the whole categories, but SZA won, which I'm not mad at. But again, I'm a little biased. I would have liked Victoria Monet to win or Beyonce. Again, that's just my personal opinion, but I'm not mad. SZA's album was fucking fire last year. And she had a good run. She had a good run last year. Last year was SZA's year. So every award that she has won, from the Grammys to the BETs, and I'm pretty sure when MTV Awards pop up, she's going to win some there. SZA deserved it. That was a great album. Best male R&B and pop. It's a long list. They had about what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nominees. Usher won. I'm not mad at that, but I'm not mad at Usher winning, but I wished it would have went to Burna Boy. I love Burna Boy's album. Afro beats, Afro pop has really started to become my second favorite genre, right behind EDM. Um, and I Burna Boy's album was just fire. It was just amazing. So, but I'm not mad at Usher for winning that one because his album was also fire. Best group, I really don't care, but Kanye won with his collaboration album with Ty Dolla Sign. I wish that category went to 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne because their album they did together was better, but it's probably also because I just fucking hate Kanye at this point. Kanye is what I call him. But you know, it is what it is. I feel like 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne's album was way better. I feel like they got snubbed, but it is what it is. Best collaboration went to Little Durk featuring J. Cole's All My Life. I'm not mad at that. Um, I'm really not, especially in this category. Now, no, I'm not mad at that. Now, I really thought Nicki Minaj with Uzi Vert was gonna win collaboration for everybody because that song was real big last year. That song, you couldn't escape it. It was on every TV show, every commercial, every TikTok and Reels. I really thought they were gonna win that one at least, but I'm not mad at Little Durk and J. Cole's All My Life. Best female hip hop went to Nicki Minaj. I'm not mad at that. Even though I love Meg Thee Stallion and I love Glorilla and I love Cardi B, Nicki is still you. Even though Nicki gave us the worst diss track ever with Bigfoot, that's the worst diss track ever written. Um, Her album Pink Friday 2 was actually a good album. I cannot hate. I actually enjoyed that album. So best female hip hop, Nicki Minaj, she deserved it. Best hip hop male, our boy K Dot. Kendrick Lamar, he deserved it. Out of everybody in this category, he deserved it because he did have the best album with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Argue with your mama on that. Best new artist went to Tyler. I love seeing that. Again, like I said, Afro beats and Afro pop has become my second favorite genre in the past year. And so Tyler, I'm happy she won for best new artist. Video of the year went to my dream baby mama, Victoria Monet with On My Mama. That song, that video, fire. I agree. She did deserve video of the year. Video director of the year went to Cole Bennett. I forgot which video he did, but I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at any of these folks who got nominated for video director of the year. Of course, the Bobby Jones Gospel and Inspirational Award went to, now this was a shocker. This was a shocker. It's Tim's, Me and You. I'm not mad at it, but I was shocked. I really thought it was going to go to Kirk Franklin or CeCe Winans, but I'm a gospel music person. I listen. I was raised off this music, and so Kirk Franklin and CeCe Winans, whenever they're nominated for anything, they usually win. Besides Yolanda Adams, and so I was shocked that neither one of them won that category, and it went to Tim's. But I'm not mad at it. It was an inspirational song. Viewers Choice Awards. Now, this award was where the fans get to vote online and all that other stuff. And so the fans voted. And of course, it was Beyonce's Texas Hold'em. Not mad at that. So happy. And they had like 10 nominees on this. Jesus. But yeah, Beyonce won that. Texas Hold'em. Not mad at that. Best International Act. That's everybody from France to UK to Brazil to Africa, anything outside the US. And of course, they went to Tyler for Africa. The BET Her Awards went to baby mama Victoria Monet. I love her. She's my favorite R&B girl right now. So she deserved that. The best movie went to Bob Marley's One Love. I'm not mad at that. Y'all seen my review. I actually enjoyed that film. And who was nominated for best movies was American Fiction, Bob Marley, Renaissance, the Beyonce film, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, A Book of Clarence, The Color Purple musical, Equalizer 3, and Little Mermaid remake. I loved all those films. I've watched all those films, but I agree. Bob Marley One Love, that was a great biopic, great movie. Not mad. Best actor, Denzel Washington. Not mad at that. He's been killing it even at his old age. Denzel ain't sat down. Best actress went to Regina King, much deserving. Regina King, also one of those legendary actors who's been around forever, and everything she touches goes. So I'm not mad at that. The Young Stars Award, this is for all the young kids, and everybody in this category are young, under 18, and they're all Nepo babies. They're all these kids in this category are children of other celebrities. So I'm not mad at the Young Star Awards, but of course it went to the young queen, Blue Ivy Carter. Y'all knew that she was gonna win. When nobody else in this category gonna get. But shout out to all the young kids who are doing big things in the entertainment industry. They deserve, all of them deserve the nominees. Sportswoman of the Year went to Angel Reese, definitely deserving. All these athletes are amazing, and I love them. And I can't wait to see Simone Biles on the Olympics and things like that. And Sha'Carri Richards, I think she's also in the Olympics. Naomi Osaka was also nominated, but yeah, Angel Reese deserved Sportswoman of the Year. This has been her year. Um, and then Sportsman of the Year went to Jalen Bronson. Not mad at that. And so those are all the winners. I'm not mad at the people who won. I don't think anybody really got snubbed, in my opinion. Of course, I had some favorites and some biases, but I wasn't like, man, that person should not have won. That sucked. Like, nah, BET knows real talent when they see it. Like, they know real talent. They know people who deserve it. So let's, I'm not mad at them. I don't feel like I do every time the Oscars come up and they play with people's heads, nominating and getting weak people as the winners, and then be like, oh, we should have gave it to Angela Bassett. Yeah, you should have gave it to her 50 movies ago. You know what I'm saying? So I everybody was still laughing at Will. Let's see. Banner said everybody always wants Beyonce to win. Yeah, because Beyonce is talented. I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had the best videos of all time. Hey, that's one thing Kanye, as crazy as he is, and as much as I don't love him anymore, he was right about that. He was right about that. Caw-caw. What up, Wiz? Good morning. Wiz Tang fam. Yeah, LSU baby. Yeah, Angel Reese. Yeah, everybody's talking about Caitlin Clark this, Caitlin Clark that. Now Angel, she the one. She the one. So those are the winners of the big categories of the awards. Now let's go to our final topic as far as the BET awards go, and then once I wrap up the BET awards, before I leave, we got to talk about Kendrick Lamar's music video that dropped on July 4th. So all you Drake fans, all you Kendrick fans, get ready for some fun times in the chat. But that comes later. I got to finish the BET Awards recap. So let's do the final chapter of my BET Awards recap, and that is the Usher tribute. Now, Usher won. Well, I'm not gonna say won because there were no nominees. It wasn't a competition, but he was honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award. And like Taraji P said when she was hosting on stage, I love that they give him his flowers while he's alive to smell them. I like that they not wait until he's like 80 years old to give him the Lifetime Achievement Award. They're not waiting until he's like in his 60s and can barely walk to give him his Lifetime Achievement Award. Because Usher has been performing and dropping hits after hits after hits ever since he was 16 years old. Matter of fact, he probably was 15 when he did his first album. Like, this boy has almost over 30 years in the 30 years in the music industry, and so he deserves lifetime achievement awards. Now, there was some good in this award show, in this tribute, and there was some bad. I do love, we're gonna start off with the positives. I do love that even though Usher was honored, it was a 90% female artist that was giving him the tribute. Like, when I tell you black women carried this award show, from the hosts to the performances to the winners to the audience, black women carried this award show, and it was amazing. And and I'm pretty sure Usher handpicked these folks. Um, it was whoever handpicked them, for the most part, 80% of them. I'm not mad. It was great, and they really brought their A game. Now, some people said that there should have been some R&B artists that should have been like males that could have given Usher a better tribute. And I'm not mad at the names that they said, at least on Twitter and threads. When people were like, how come this artist didn't perform? How come that artist? Well, I know one artist that everybody kept saying should have done this tribute for Usher. He's on tour right now. He's on an international tour right now. So he could not be at the BET Awards even if he wanted to, because he's traveling. He has shows. And that's Chris Brown. Yes, I do agree with everybody. Chris Brown should have, because they both are like peers in a way. They both grew up in this industry. They both start off as, teenagers, kids, performing all the way up to their adulthood. And not only that, but Chris Brown can dance and he can sing. And so all the dancey, songs and stuff like that, Chris Brown would have been perfect for that. But again, he's on tour. Scheduling conflicts, he could not be there at the BET Awards. They also suggested Tank. Some people did. I agree. And Mario, the R&B singer Mario. I agree with all three of those. When people on Twitter complain and say, how come these guys weren't doing the Usher tribute? I agree. They should have. And if we wanted to stick to all women doing it, because I'm not mad at the all women tribute, it's just certain women should not have been on that stage. Um, my suggestion, my personal suggestions, if they wanted to do all women performing for the Usher tribute, they should have had Kelly Rowland on there, and they should have had Monica, at least. Some girls who can really sing, and Kelly Rowland, because she can sing and dance. But I think they could have swapped out some of these people, and I'm gonna get to those in a second, and put those names instead, like a Kelly Rowland or a Monica or somebody like that. People who were around when Usher was in the beginning of his career, in the peak of his career. Like, there were other, and I'm pretty sure they probably asked around. Like, we don't know what the directors, and I'm pretty sure they asked around, and maybe there were some schedule conflicts. Maybe, people just couldn't do it, or maybe they just didn't want to do it. I'm pretty sure, because, and the reason why I say that is because one of the artists on here admitted on Instagram, and she had the best performance. We will get to that. She said that they only had 48 hours to get their part of the tribute together. Like, they got the call from BET, and they had to do the choreograph, everything in 48 hours. They had to practice everything before the day of, 2 days before. So I feel like they've had other people in mind, but they either couldn't or didn't want to do it, either way. But we got what we got. And so let's talk about the good, the people I did love in the tribute. First they had, well, no, I'm not going to go into categories because of who performed first, because who performed first I did not like. But who I did like, I like Keke Palmer. She came out and did You Make Me Wanna. I give that a 9 out of 10. I think her performance was great. Performing that song. Coco Jones came out and did There Goes My Baby. To me, she was the best. Between the vocals, her walking through the crowd, interacting with different stars, including Usher's wife, and other, her crowd work, her performance, her vocals, everything. To me, she got a good 10 out of 10. Chloe Bailey did Good Kisser. Loved it. I give that a 9 out of 10. It was amazing. Chloe did it well. Tinashe came and did Nice and Slow. It was amazing. Tinashe, again, a girl who can sing and who can dance. And if you're paying tribute to Usher, you cannot forget that dance part, because he looked up to Michael Jackson. That was his hero, and Usher has always been dancing. Like, the choreography is top notch when it comes to Usher. So if you were to do an Usher tribute, not only do the vocals have to be good, but the dancing. To me, the dancing is the most important part. If you're paying tribute to Usher, just like if you were paying tribute to like an artist like Prince, you're gonna get people who can play instruments. You're gonna get people who can sing. You're gonna get guitar players. You know, anything that Prince is known for, you're gonna get that to do a tribute. You're gonna get a Michael Jackson tribute like they did. No, it was Janet Jackson that they did years ago. They got Sierra. Sierra might not be the best vocally, but she is the best freaking dancer when it comes to paying tribute to a Janet Jackson type artist. Like, you're gonna get a Beyonce, somebody who can dance when it comes to those things. So I am so happy that they got Tinashe for that to do Nice and Slow. She did good. Now, this was the best one. This was the best one. Tiana Taylor came out with Victoria Monet, and they did Bad Girl. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not a fan of the song Bad Girl. Even when it first came out. I think that was that on his Confessions album? I think so. That was not my favorite song. But them performing, that was the best one. And it was amazing. Like, and these two were the ones who who was asked to do the tribute last minute. They were asked 48 hours before the BET Awards to do this tribute, which makes me think that somebody had backed out last minute. But they killed it. They were better than everybody on that stage with that, what, a minute and a half tribute. To me, that they killed it. They should let Tiana Taylor and Victoria Monet do the whole thing by themselves, to be honest with you. It was just amazing. That performance, they killed it with Bad Girl. Now let's get to people that they had on that stage that they should never have. Like, it just didn't make sense. Why have these folks pay tribute to Usher? It makes no sense. And they sucked. Again, these were the people that could have been replaced by a Chris Brown or a Tank or a Mario. You could have put somebody other than these folks. And the first one, Childish Gambino. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Childish Gambino. For those who don't know who that is, that's Donald Glover. He has a bunch of aliases: actor, comedian, all that jazz. He did not make sense. He did You Don't Have to Call. Childish Gambino is talented, but him doing You Don't Have to Call by Usher made no freaking sense. And you can tell on stage, he was probably shocked. Like, why am I doing this? He had and I'm shocked because Childish Gambino is an amazing performer. He's an amazing singer, amazing rapper. He has done great things on stage, but for some reason, you could tell he was just there just to be there. Like no energy at all. It was just horrible. Summer Walker, she did the song that she did with Usher called Good Good. I hated that song when it first came out. I gave her a 4.5 out of 10 in my rating for that performance. That was just, Summer Walker has great vocals. Summer Walker can sing. Summer Walker has some great songs. But it's been very documented. Every time she goes on tour, people complain. It's been very documented. She has no stage presence. She don't know how to perform. She don't know how to do crowd work. She don't dance. Every time she goes on tour, people complain about her being a horrible performer live. So why bring her out to do a Usher tribute? Usher is a performer. Like, it made no sense. She could have stayed home. That was Amber Ambrosia. Good God Almighty, oh God, Amber Ambrosia. I don't know what high note you tried to do in the beginning of Superstar. You could have kept that. That was trash. That was the worst one. I gave that a 1.5 out of 10 when I was ranking this. It was horrible. she sucked. And Amber Ambrosia is a great singer. Again, one of those, it's one of those where you have to ask yourself, who gave her the invite? Who in the planning of the award show thought, let's get Amber Ambrosia to do an Usher tribute? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. That sucked. It was horrible. She could have stayed at the house. Um, and then Lotto came out and ended it doing yeah, the Ludacris verse, because Lotto don't sing. She's a rapper. And to me, Lotto did better doing the Ludacris rap on yeah than doing her own music, doing her own shit. Like it sucked. It was not good. I think I gave her a 7 out of 10 for this Usher tribute, and that was being generous. That's because she could rap Ludacris's rap good. But of course, and toward the end, yeah, all the girls came back on stage together and danced, and it was nice. Overall, I did like the Usher tribute. I would give it, for a Lifetime Achievement Award, I would give it maybe a 7.5 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10. And that's mainly because of the girls that I did like. But again, the people I didn't like, it could have been better had they replaced Childish Gambino, Summer Walker, Marja Ambrosia with somebody totally different, with other artists who are probably more Usher's peers, his contemporaries, people who was actually in heavy in the music industry when he was, like a Chris Brown, like a Tank, like a Mario, like a Kelly Rowland, like anybody. If they had replaced the ones I did not like, that tribute would have been a 10 out of 10. But it is what it is. Usher deserved the Lifetime Achievement Award. I just feel like his Super Bowl performance was a better Lifetime Achievement Award than this one. And that's sad because Usher's the GOAT. He's the living GOAT. But I'm happy he was able to get his flowers, and his speech was nice. It did. BT, whoever the audio guys, they fucked up. The directors, they fucked up. They had cut half his speech off live, but when they reposted it on YouTube, they had the entire speech, and it was good. And he's great. He's the GOAT. He's amazing. Now, let's talk about, there are some other things I want to talk about first before we get to the Kendrick Lamar video. Shoot. I can't even read my own right. I'm sorry. I can't even read my own hand right. Oh shoot, I wrote so much notes. But anyways, yeah. So the good was the Usher speech, mostly his tribute to Raji P. Henson, hosting the Fugees reunion, Meg, Victoria, Monet's performances. Most of the performances were great. The choreography, everybody, including the girls who were whack, including the artists who are whack. Those background dancers did they done. They understood the assignments. Everybody's background dancers and background singers and musicians they understood the assignment. They carried that award show. The outfits, from the red carpet to the people on stage, the outfits were amazing. They were better than the Met Gala this year. The Met Gala's outfits was trash. It was trash. The artists who came with the BET outfits was 10 times better. And of course, shout out to the cameramen. There were cameramen on stage and on certain performances where they flipped the camera itself upside down and did all these weird, GoPro-like zooms and pans. I love that type of shit. Y'all know, because I'm a photographer and videographer. I love that shit. So the cameramen, y'all deserve a raise. All y'all deserve a raise, from the crane shots to the drone shots, everything. Y'all were on y'all mark when you were supposed to be there, and it was great. The cameramen that got the crowd shots at the right time and the right beats, y'all deserve y'all raises. BET paid the camera crew. They won this award show. But overall, This was an amazing award show. Like I said in the beginning of this episode, I took at least 5 years off watching the BET and the MTV Awards because nothing was exciting. Not the performances, not the nominees, the winners, the hosts. This brought me back to this brought me back to my college years of watching the BET Awards back when Beyonce and them and Destiny's Child and Jay-Z and the old Kanye would be out performing. They brought me that feeling back, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I enjoyed it better than the Oscars this year. I enjoyed it way better than the Golden Globes. I enjoyed it way better than the Grammys. We'll see how the MTV Awards stack up, but so far BET 2024 has been my favorite. Um, and so again, if you missed it, if you've never seen the BET Awards, because I know I got some people who are like older and of the Caucasian persuasion. If you've never seen the BET Awards, look up BET 2024 on YouTube. The video clips are on YouTube. Watch the performances, at least the ones that I said I liked. Don't go looking for Ice Spice and Sexy Red. Your brain's gonna fry. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? You're gonna be like, this is what black people like. Like don't watch those. But the performances like the Usher tribute, the Lauryn Hill performance, go watch those. It's a great performances. A lot of fun. Let's see. We'll see. Hold on. Beyonce was once a Chicago crunchy panty girl. Will, shut up. You are a fool. I mean, but is he lying? But the difference between Beyonce and Sexy Red, Beyonce actually got talent. Wasn't Usher part of the dealers? No, Banner. Gosh, if anything, he was probably a victim because Usher was 16 when he first started out, and P. Diddy was one of them ones who were like mentoring him. He probably was a victim. Somebody need to check on Usher. Let's see. I don't understand why people like Beyonce's music is pretty hot trash, but that's just me. Bear, shut up. You can't tell they're lie. Now, when people say they don't like Beyonce's music, most of the time it's because of the singles that always hit the charts, like "Single Ladies." That I understand. But if you listen to the songs that did not make the charts, no, she's pretty. She's fucking talented. I'm sorry. Let's see. Keys, bro, what it do? If y'all have not seen Hair Down Friday or Egg Down Friday last night, it was great. It was amazing. Hit that replay. Watch it. James, All City Serpents, thank you for tapping in. Thank y'all. Bear said, I'm trying to see how high I want to be before work. Don't be Bear. Don't be turning the light switch on and off thinking you're opening the door high. Don't do that. Not before work. Banner said cloud high, skyscraper high, or space high. Y'all are a fool. Y'all are crazy. Let's see. We said Usher baby, Luda voice. He's so stupid. Let's see. Oh Lord, Bear is talking about food that he ate when he's high. Let's see. Auntie, what up, Auntie Angie? Shout out to Celtic Balls. If y'all had not seen my last two vlog videos of me going to their house and getting fat and eating their seafood, y'all missing out. Go watch those vlogs. It was a lot of fun. And I'm going next year. I'm going back next year for sure. Thank you for tapping in, Auntie. And also, Auntie and Uncle let Maki cut a clutch of eggs on TikTok. So if you missed that TikTok live, you better follow them next time. They cut a clutch of eggs. They let Maki cut a clutch of eggs, and it was a nice live. Pretty fun, pretty fun. All right. So before we leave for today, let's talk about the bomb that dropped on 4th of July. See, I will say this. When I hate somebody, and I don't hate many people. I don't like to use the word hate, but there are certain people I do not like. And some of y'all know, especially in the reptile hobby, there's a podcast, there's a host that I don't see why people are following him, especially since he's a failed breeder, but I digress. But y'all know, if I was to go toe to toe war with them, I wish I would have Kendrick Lamar's pettiness. I wish I had Kendrick Lamar's wit, his skills, because boy, oh boy, not only did Kendrick beat Drake to a pulp in the actual feud where they were going back and forth, dropping diss tracks on each other back to back, he beat Drake to a pulp during the Juneteenth celebration on Juneteenth when he had his pop out concert. And then he dug Drake's body back out from the grave and beat it again 4th of July with Not Like Us music video. And boy, somebody on Twitter said that the visuals in this music video looks like a Ty West film, or looks, and I cannot unsee it. I was like, yes, Ty West is one of those independent directors, movie directors who he has a signature look in his films. And if you just Google Ty West and you look at the films he's created, you're going to be like, yeah, it looks like he directed this Kendrick Lamar video. But Kendrick, he finally dropped the music video to Not Like Us on the 4th of July. That was the only fireworks show I needed to see. When I tell you, he was throwing shots from the very beginning to the very end with the owl being in the cage. Beef aside, them two rappers going at it, hating each other aside, accusations aside, just visually, Kendrick Lamar brought back music videos. Because music videos is a dying art form thanks to social media, thanks to YouTube. Like, artists aren't putting money into music videos budgets anymore. You know, I'm sorry, I hate to sound like an old man, but I remember when when music video premieres was like watching a movie. Like, artists will promote, do interviews, be like the promos, like, hey, music video drops Friday, music video drops this day, where people were more excited to see the music video than actually listening to the album. I remember those days. I remember going home from school, running to watch TRL or 106 in Park to watch those music video countdowns. I remember that's my generation. So it felt like that when he dropped that music video. Just visually, cinematography, the dancing, it was a beautiful. If you just put the beef aside, Drake versus Kendrick beef aside, just visually, this music video was fire. Every shot was not wasted. And then if we're going to talk about the beef, Kendrick addressed everything. People love Drake's Family Matters. Even I like Drake's Family Matters. To me, out of all the diss tracks they threw at each other, Family Matters was the best one from Drake. But everything Drake accused Kendrick of, everything Drake threw shots at Kendrick for, Kendrick addressed in this video, from him saying that his child is not his and it's his best friend's, to him beating his wife, all these accusations he threw at Kendrick that aren't proven, can't be proven. Kendrick addressed it. To have his family, I think he's associated with the Bloods. Blood walking, be walking. That's the name of it. Instead of Crip walking, be walking. To this track on the record, like, And when he showed Kendrick Lamar is one of those rappers, he's very private, very, very private. You know he got a family, but he don't show them off a lot. So for him to show his kids and they dancing to this track on this video, and when you look at his kids, I'm sorry, his kids, them is his kids. Like he don't need no DNA test. Them are little Kendricks. But like every shot that Drake tried to throw at Kendrick, Kendrick threw it right back at him with this music video, and it was amazing. Kendrick won. Kendrick won the battle, and I'm a Drake fan. I still listen to Drake's music. I but I can admit, but just like all other beefs, the Jay-Z versus Nas, whenever 50 Cent beef for somebody, whenever all these rappers go at it, rappers in the South beef and go at it with each other. I am just a bystander. I'm just a fan. I just listen to the music. If the music is good, it's good. And if the music is trash, it's trash. Just like I just said earlier in the podcast, Nicki Minaj had a great album. Pink Friday 2 was amazing. That diss track she tried to throw at Meg Thee Stallion was trash. It was dog shit. So I can admit when my favorite artists do good, I can admit when they do bad. And I'm sorry, y'all. Drake lost his battle. You can argue with your mama, but it's pointless. Drake lost his battle. Kendrick won, and Kendrick is the better rapper. I'm sorry. It is what it is. He solidified with this doggone music video. So it was great. If you have not seen Not Like Us music video, just on a visual technical, it brought back the feeling of going home after school and watching music videos on TRL or 106 & Park. It was great. It's art. Kendrick made art in his beef. He hated this man so much he made art. Let's see. This boy still talking about food. I'm trying to catch up with the chats. Big Mike, Herb Collectors, thank you for tapping in. Oh, here we go. The Serpent Nerd, aka formerly known as Rock, thank you for tapping in. Big Double L, Larry, thank you for tapping in. Thank y'all for tapping in. If y'all came in late, please hit the replay after this. It's been a great show. Nikki, Irresistible, thank you for tapping in. Here come Rock with his hate. Oh, let's talk about it. Before I end, let's talk about it. Because I'm glad you brought this up. That's probably what I couldn't read in my notes with my bad handwriting. Big Double L said, I like Childish Gambino's rant on stage on how he should have won awards. Let's talk about it. Because Big Double L, I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted because where am I? I can't read my handwriting. I'm sorry. Let me just put these notes down. I'm conflicted. I am happy that he pointed that out, but at the same time, I feel like he should not have pointed that out. And I'll tell you why. A lot of people don't know Childish Gambino's earlier career. Some people do. Like some people were introduced to him back when he was an actor on Community, Donald Glover, that's when. But I've been a Childish Gambino fan for years. I followed him from Community to his first stand-up comedy to when he started doing rap mixtapes. And this is why I'm conflicted because, yes, I agree. He has some points. Like, why do I have the same amount of BET awards as Sam Smith? Because that makes no sense. Why are we neck and neck? Especially with Childish Gambino's career. He has more albums than Sam Smith. He's been around more than, but here's why I'm conflicted. Earlier in Childish Gambino's career, before he was even calling himself Childish Gambino, even a little bit after, he kept catering and chasing the approval of the mainstream, aka the Caucasian persuasion. He was one of those people like Kanye who constantly sought validation outside of the Black community. He constantly sought validation from the Grammy Awards, the Oscars, the Emmys. He kept seeking validation from white corporate Hollywood, only doing roles in their TV shows and their movies and stuff. When he first started rapping, he just was not a part of the culture. He didn't cater to us. So don't come back years later. He didn't start catering to Black people until he did This Is America in 2020 or 2021, whichever that was. And he did the Atlanta show, the Atlanta TV show. He was not catering to us or vibing with us or on that wavelength until years later. In the beginning of his career, no validation, no BET award was worth it to him. He wasn't caring about when it came to publications and magazines, getting interviewed. He wasn't seeking out the Black radio shows when he started rapping. He wasn't seeking out the Black publications, the Essence magazines, the Ebony magazines. He wasn't, in the beginning of his career, he wasn't studying us. So don't get mad when we return the favor. There are some Black artists. Again, I'm using a perfect example, Kanye. Back when Kanye went on that rant because he was fighting with either Adidas or Nike or whatever, and he was on Sway in the Morning. Everybody know that interview, Sway in the Morning, where he was like, "You don't have the answer, Sway. You don't have the answer." He was going off, and Sway asked him, "Kanye, you have all this money. You have all these fans. You have all these resources. Why are you chasing these white fashion companies? Why not create your own? Create your own clothing line. Create your own shoes. Why are you chasing the big corporations? Why are you ranting going off? If you know that they're racist and they're not working with you because you're a Black artist or you're a rapper, why don't you make your own? Why don't you create your own?" Kanye didn't want to hear that shit. And then he came back years later talking about, yeah, Sway was right, yada, yada. That's what kills me about certain artists like Childish Gambino. That's why I'm so conflicted. Yes, he's right. Why the hell do I have the same amount of BET awards, not Grammys, BET awards, as Sam Smith, a UK white boy with blue eyes? Why do I have the same as a Black entertainment television? Why do I have the same awards as him? Why are we neck and neck? Yes, that is right. That is kind of off. But at the same time, Childish, you can't complain when you wasn't fucking with us in the beginning of your career. It is what it is. I'm sorry. It is what it is. One thing about Black people, we support our own, even when our own don't give a damn about us. We support, and then once we see that you don't give a damn about us and you don't care about us, you don't consider a BET award a real award until you get a Grammy. You don't consider a BET honors or a BET hip hop or a BET, if you don't consider an Essence Awards or Essence Festival. Oh, I'm not going to perform at Essence Festival until I reach Coachella. You can't be mad when we don't return the love back. And then you want to come later in your career after you got your Grammys, after you got your Emmys, after you've been performing on Coachella. Now you want to come and do the Black Spaces. Now you want to work. Now you want to perform at Afro Punk Fest. Now you want to perform at the BET Awards. Now you want a BET award. What happened when you were chasing the Grammys, Childish? I'm just saying. That's why I'm 50-50 on that. I'm happy he called them out, because there's no way you should, Childish Gambino, with your long career, have the same amount of BET awards as Sam Smith, but you weren't fucking with us in the beginning of your career, bro. And yes, for those who don't know, the Serpent Nerd is Rock. So please, if you're not subscribed to his channel, go subscribe. Let's see. Y'all still Bear and Will. Y'all, both y'all need to get high, eat good food, and go to bed. I'm sorry, Rock, but we're gonna have to agree to disagree. I don't take the opinions of people who don't know real art. I'm sorry, but that video was art in its perfect form. I'm sorry. Sorry it wasn't to your taste and or your liking. We're just gonna have to agree to disagree, but that was real art. Yes. Big double L knows. A lot of y'all know I can't stand that. I can't stand him. And if I were to go to be for him, I would be Kendrick and he would be Drake. Cause I got shots for days. Drake is studio hard. Let's be real. If you're not from the grind and you go as someone who is, expect to get murdered on wax. Yeah. When California dropped and it was Mad Max hip hop. Right. What? Elias went from mid-30s to 85 real quick. Shut up, Bear. Forget you. Nameless Q, what it do? I grew up in the Yo era of birth music. Yep. Yep. You understand. You understand. Okay, Rock. Drake didn't address none either. He didn't address anything either. And we have more physical evidence of Drake's accusations than we do of Kendrick. Neither one of them really have enough evidence, but you know. Oh, Big Double A, I have not smurfed you. I'm sorry. I'm slacking. I'm slacking. Shauna, thank you for tapping in. What it do? What it do? But anyways, it's not up for debate who really won that. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. It's not really up for debate of who won that beef. It is what it is. Let me, oh shoot, DJ, let me smurf you too. What it do, DJ? Thank you for tapping in. Let me smurf all y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. Bosa brother, thank you for tapping in. Again, for those who came in late, please hit the replay because YouTube likes it and I like it, but also, you know, I think I did good in reviewing the BET Awards. I think I did pretty good. And this has been a great episode. And also, I have a new intro if you missed that in the beginning of this podcast. If you missed the intro, you should go back and watch that. But anyways, I just smurfed everybody. Now, before I head out, have a few announcements. Hold up. Y'all still talking in chat. Hold on. And I want to be a part of the discussion. Let's see. Elias, that's a lie. Black people are the worst supporters ever. Gotta keep it 100. Two things can be true at the same time. Two things can be true because I've witnessed again, I'm not just going off mainstream. I'm also going off other communities. There have been people who've been ride or die Donald Glover or Childish Gambino fans from the very beginning when he wasn't fucking with us. When he was trying to cater, just like Kanye. I used to be a part of the Kanye bandwagon before he became a coon. And we was riding hard for him when he was getting snuffed out of a lot of things that he kept begging to be a part of. Like, it's a bunch of Black people who actually supported and rode for him. And there's still some who are still riding for him. And he showed his ass to everybody. Let's see. Black people will legit tear they own down. You can't be real saying we support each other like you're the real one. But hold on. I'm reading as if I'm high. What the hell? Yeah. That's another reason why I like that too, Big Double L. Yep. It was spicy and true. Yep. Like I said, I'm not mad at Childish for calling him out because he was right. But at the same time, at the same time, you can't complain when you ain't trying to cater to us. It's all right, Bosa brother. Let's see. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Oh no, I am slacking. I'm sorry, y'all. I am slacking. Smurfing everybody. Yep, yep, yep. Liars the head and edible. I was just trying to read real fast and I was getting confused. But before we go, we have a big lineup today. So let me shout out some of the peoples. Today, later on at 5:30 Central. Again, everything I say is Central time because I'm in the South. So oh, let me smurf my auntie. I'm so sorry. Um 5:30 Central Time, Nikki from Irresistibles, her and Angel and Kurt have their podcast In Your Circle at 5:30 p.m. So please tune in to their podcast. Herb Collectors, Big Mike, him and Matt got their podcast, their bi-weekly podcast, Double Clutch at 7 p.m. Central Time. Please tune in for that. And then, of course, y'all know the party. I got the shirt on for a reason. The party. 8:30, Sophisticated Ignorance with Wiz, RO, and the rest of the Wiz Tang clan. Caw. Caw. Speaking of Kendrick Lamar video, that poor Al. Why the Al had to catch a stray? That was a cute little Al. He had to be caged up. Drake needs another logo. He needs a different mascot because owls will not be tarnished in this in this beef. That's a beautiful, majestic creature. But yeah, but shout out to everybody. So In Your Circle, 5:30, Double Clutch, 7, and Sophisticated Ignorance, 8:30. Please, please, please tune in, show love to everybody. I hate to sound biased, but Saturdays be lit. Saturdays be lit when it comes to podcasting. And then of course Keys with Hair Down Fridays, and of course their show on Wednesday, Balls and Things, and Lady T is Nicole and Morgan with Two Peas in a Pod on Monday mornings. Y'all know the lineup. Go to Holly YouTube, I mean, not YouTube, Instagram, where she listed all the podcasts every day of the week. Tune in. Auntie and Uncle, of course, they're Monday nights too. Podcasting Under the Influence. And then, of course, we know Trap Talk is every day of the week now. MJ with his whole network. And there are some great shows. New Breeder on the Blocks. Of course, the new show with Krista that's going to be on Sunday. So please support Krista, Neurophi Exotics with her ladies only reptile show. I think it's called Ladies Who Love Reptiles. I can't remember the title. Don't quote me. But on Sunday nights, Krista will be hosting that. Support all the podcasts. Support everybody from the RWO family, all of them, Ken, Kent, Stan the Man, the whole crew, Pressure P, Jesus. Support Tuesday nights, Beyond the Scales with our boy Rock, and of course, Candy, everybody, Maki, Father Don, the Bear with his edibles and snacks, everybody, and of course our other brothers who are on Tuesday nights with us, DJ Royal Caribbean with Peace and Pets, Brandon, their show also on Tuesday. Support everybody. The only person I tell y'all not to support, which I'm not telling y'all not to support, but I'm just wondering why y'all support him, is the failed ball python breeder who constantly talks trash about ball python breeders and constantly talks trash about the ball python market, and yet ball python breeders are a part of his Patreon. Failed ball python breeder, and you're a part of his Patreon. Anyways, I digress. Enough with the hate. Let me stop being Kendrick Lamar and beat a dogs when it's down. Anyways, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Snake Cinema Podcast. Don't laugh at me, Auntie. Don't laugh at me. Oh, don't laugh at me, y'all. But again, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for always supporting me every Saturday morning. Next week, I am reviewing A Quiet Place, Day One, and also Meg Thee Stallion's new album. And then the week after that, I am reviewing Eddie Murphy's new Beverly Hills Cop that just dropped on Netflix. And I'm also reviewing Vince Staples' hip hop album. So that's 2 weeks from now. But next week is A Quiet Place Day One and Meg Thee Stallion. So please tune in for those reviews. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. Let's hit the outro, and I will see y'all next Saturday. Peace.
Cinema Podcast stepping in. Your one-stop review, let it sink in. Hip-hop vibes, we break it down. Laughs and insights all around. Every episode, spitting truth. Old school jams and the latest youth. We keep it real, no sugarcoat. Pop culture on the mic we wrote. So tell your friends and hit subscribe. Snake Cinema here to vibe. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. We're the hottest review in your street. Snake Cinema Podcast stepping in. Your one-stop review, let it sink in. Hip-hop vibe, we break it down. Laughs and insights all around.